morning, guys. We're out this morning. We're on our way up to survey the trail we're doing for our February hammock form hang. Supposed to meet Dave and possibly even Chris here in about 3 hours. I left the house about 5:30 because the roads are bad. I had to stop for gas. Wasn't sure what to expect when I got out. You know, some people can't drive and roads can be blocked and might have to do a waiting game, so I figured I'd rather leave early. I can always get up here and take a power nap or go through my gear once I get there. So, but more or less what you see on the roads now is what I've been experiencing most of the way up. There's been some bare spots, but the interstate's even pretty snow covered. So, well, guys, I'm gonna try to drive safely here, so I'm gonna tilt the camera and I'll check in with you guys once I get to the site. Alright, guys, we're gonna make this real quick. I'm on one of the main roads and they're not even plowed, so we're taking our time. I did climb a hill about 15 miles or so behind me. Didn't have it in four-wheel drive, and my back tire's a little on the questionable side. Well, I'm climbing up the hill doing about 40 and I hit a slick spot and crossed over the road. Luckily, traffic wasn't coming the other way, and I managed to go up over top of a bank. It's kind of steep, but we didn't flip it. So we're safe. I pulled over down the road, checked the vehicle out, and we're just not going to take any unnecessary chances to include videotaping any more along the road here. So we're going to stop for now, guys. We'll talk to you once we get parked. It'll be a little while though. Alright, guys, we are at the parking area for the Beaver Run Dam Impoundment area. Pretty good sized lot. First one here. Rest group ain't supposed to be here. We're supposed to meet up at 10, so I'm early. So this will be where we're going to park for the first night. Well, for the trip. We are going to probably shuttle some vehicles further down the road to another lot where we loop around. Reason being is it's about a 1.5 mile road walk from where we'll come out on the Quanah Highway. So I thought it'd be a lot safer for us just to go ahead and shuttle 2 cars down the other end or whatever, unless we decide just to walk this down and just turn around and come back. We don't know yet. We'll see what we find whenever we get down here and scout today. So alright, guys, we're gonna go ahead and relax until the rest of them get here. I have Sprint and I do not have cell phone coverage here, just so you know. Alright, I pulled out the end of the road here so Dave can see my vehicle. So those doesn't know my vehicle, but this is where you'll turn off at the Beaver Run Dam Wildlife Viewing Area, Moshoning State Forest. So has nothing to say about the impoundment area, so just be looking for the dam. Alright, guys. Alright, guys, it's 10:45. No one else has showed up. I think just the roads, and the wives probably put their foot down. Mine wasn't too happy. But we're going to start going back so we can mark this. Here's the gate from the parking area. What we'll plan on doing is probably meeting here at a set time and then going from here as a group. Those are stragglers. I'll have some video to show you and some GPS coordinates as well. So, alright, guys, let's get started. Alright, guys, this is what they're calling the Beaver Run Dam Impoundment Area. This is the dam itself. Right by the parking areas, great places for hanging. We'll probably hang there the first night. This would be a close one for group meal and that. I'm just wondering if that, like I said, if that's what they're considering a shelter. I'm used to what the shelter would be called as an Adirondack shelter, but I may be wrong, but that's what I take in consideration. So, but this is the breast of the dam here, and we're going to go ahead and follow this trail right here. It's not well marked, but reading the map, I should run this probably a couple hundred yards, and then I'll hit the east cross connector trail, which we're going to walk it down to Bridge Trail, look for a spot for camping for the second night, and then I'm going to come back and set up for the night. So, alright, guys. Here's a little more of the view along the cross connector. Guys, what to expect. That's Yellow Blaze. We'll run this down to Bridge Trail and turn around and come back. Right. Coming up on this little bridge. I don't have my sled with me, but looking at it so far, it looks like it's going to be tight, but yeah, it's going to be tight, but we'll make it. It's questionable. Right here's going to be what I'm going to say is questionable. Maybe got a little bit of a grade here. It's only grade. It's mostly flat around here, guys, and that's nothing. So. Alright, let's move along. Alright, we made it to the Bridge Trail. It's 2.5 miles roughly from where we're going to camp the first night, and we're going to scoot across here and try to find another campsite and then get back to the vehicle. I'm deliberating whether I'm staying tonight. It's all depends on me if I get back, and if Dave's there I might. If not, with this weather, I might scoot home. I might play a little bit with my Polk and get myself home with this front coming in, so my wife doesn't worry and I can get home. So we'll see. I'm not sure what my mood's going to be here in a little while, so I'm going to mark this on my GPS as the trailhead, and then we'll get moving. Alright, I'm working my way back towards the vehicle, and I'll mark the campsite for day one. I didn't walk all the way down to Mosquito Creek. My back's starting to hurt real bad, so I didn't want to get almost there and not be able to get back, so I don't have anything with me other than just a few odds and ends. So. But this is one place you're going to have to be a little careful if you have a pulse sled. As long as you hug the high side, you should be alright. I wouldn't think there's enough of a slope, bank here, excuse me, that it'll keep the pulse sled from sliding down. And if all else fails, you can go up above the trail some and cut through. No rhyme or reason, so walk here. Other than a couple of these ditches, like I said, it hasn't really been that bad of a trail. So here's more of the area I was referring to. This is the Beaver Dam Creek, so there's plenty of water around here. There wouldn't be snow, so just try to boil it in the winter, since filters would freeze up on you unless you decided you wanted to sleep with it. So, but just gotta pay extra attention coming through here. Like I said, if you have a pulse. We got another mile and we'll be back at the vehicle roughly, so alright, we'll talk to you after a bit. Here's a little bit of what most of the trails like we're going to be on. It's like an old tram road. It's pretty wide, good for snowshoeing, walking, and pulking, so won't be bad. Be back at the vehicle in about 10 minutes. Going on 1. So, alright guys. Alright guys, this is right at the parking area. There's the gate. This is where campsite number 1 is going to be. Plenty of trees on either side. You can get yourself amongst the hemlocks if it's windy. But plenty of places, won't have to go very far. Set up so for day 1, so this will be easy. A couple hundred yards of that, so I'd say about 150, 200 yards from the car, so that'll be nice. So, alright, I'm going to get the Palt out here after I take a breather, pull it around a little bit, shoot some video, and then go from there. Alright guys, I'm just going to use my tripod when I'm walking back to the vehicle. Pulp worked pretty good. I don't have my shoes on. I just threw my total micro spikes on. Ain't that deep. But about 3, maybe 4 inches of snow. I hope Dave and Chris are okay. Chris said he wasn't sure if he was able to come at all. Dave, unless he asked me if it was off the Ardell Road, and I said no. Unless he got screwed up somehow thinking this was a different area. But I'll make sure I give you guys good directions. So, but my back wasn't killing me. I'd stay. So I think I'm gonna go home, and if I get home early enough, maybe I'll hand in my garage somehow to somehow fit my incubator up. I need to do that. And if not, I'm gonna at least tomorrow fire up my Whisper light and have some hot chocolate on that thing, so play around with that. Alright guys, I hope this hasn't been too much of a disappointment for you today. Weather's just not cooperating. I know my wife's worried since I had that little spill this morning with this thing. Wasn't going fast, but I gotta get some tires on this thing. They're not dead. Four-wheel drive, I'm fine. But I'm trying not to keep it in four-wheel drive to save on fuel economy. So, okay, guys, we'll get this posted sometime this evening. Real quick, guys, this is what to expect on the Quanah Highway when you come if it's been snowing. Pennsylvania finest road crews. Alright, back to holding the wheel still. Well, guys, I made it home. Trip's gonna be postponed for a little bit. Getting on the interstate, car cut me off. I backed off, lost traction, got slingshotted across the roadway and into the guardrail. Not too bad damage. At least it didn't set off my airbags either, so, and I wasn't hurt. Alright guys, I'll let you know as soon as I can when the trip's going to be rescheduled. If it needs to be rescheduled, who knows? I might have it done before then. So